Welcome back to Filter Coffee Football. Here we are with our new kits and the old kit. Yes, I still didn't get it. Arsenal Direct, where are you? We are here to talk about Arsenal versus Leicester, first home game of the season. Actually, Arsenal believing in Jesus for a while now. Let's dive right in, shall we?
Yeah, again, we always guilty about talking about Arsenal. Let's start about by just talking about what the problems are at Leicester. Because even on their first match against Brentford, that one was at home. Went 2 goals up and then just crumbled and conceded 2 goals in the end to kind of end in a draw. And again, losing this match is just 1 point from 2 matches. At least one of those should have been a winnable game for them. What is going wrong over there? Like, what can Rodgers do to fix that situation? Because I don't even know at this point what their transfer policy is going to look like, because I
Yeah.
don't think they're going to be able to get any players in through the doors at this rate.
It's surprising how a team like Leicester can't attract talent when you see the likes of a Crystal Palace, a Nottingham Forest, even a Newcastle for that matter, although they are rich, still being able to attract talent. Goddamn Everton, for God's sake. Everton are getting talent in through the door. Leicester should be kicking themselves in the foot or wherever it hurts the most, because you have to make signings. This is the Premier League. This is not the Championship. Ah, and the uncertainty over transfer decisions. Yuri Tillemans, Wesley Fofana. Okay, I mean, I admit that it's not so easy. It's not just black and white where somebody cuts you a check and you just sell the player off. There are like a gazillion rounds of negotiation involved. But if you know and if you're certain to the fact that the player might leave, then get your replacements in. Obviously, you don't want to wait till the second last day when you sell the player to have the money to buy another player, because the market is going to be inflated.
No, and when you're talking about those things, it's not, I mean, they have debt issues in certain ways, but I mean, there are still deals to be had in the 20 to 30 mil market, which Leicester has always operated in. Agreed that they didn't finish in European spots, so probably not that much money coming in. But if they are willing to, ship Tielemans out for 25 mil, there has to be a player available there that they can possibly replace
Most
him
certainly is.
with. And again, if transfer funds are the issue, then maybe do move on for fun, maybe not ask for that high level of money. Because again, in the short run, Leicester's objective needs to be getting back into Europe. And if the squad is as dysfunctional as it seems right now, it doesn't matter if you hold on to your talents. You're probably still not going to finish in the spots that you need to, right?
In
But
the Fofana deal, I really think Arsenal have helped Leicester a lot. Gabriel Martinelli, to be very honest, he's probably shaved off 20-25 million off of Wesley Fofana's valuation.
yeah,
Not even kidding.
let's talk about that performance. I mean, Jesus was an absolute peach of an opener. What a goal! I don't think. Wow, I have to really dial the time back to see the last time any player in the Arsenal team had the audacity to pull off a shot like that and for it to actually end up in the back of the net. Again, getting a second goal as well. Probably even should have had a hat trick by the end of the
In the
90
first half.
in the
Yeah.
first half itself. Yeah, so he'd probably be ruining that part of it. But I mean, a brace on his home debut, cannot ask for more. I believe he set up Martinelli for Martinelli's goal as well.
He
Again,
was
another
involved in all
incredible
four
finish.
goals. He
Uh,
was involved in all four goals.
Absolutely incredible performance by him. This was all the attack today, because our defense did fall apart a little bit. So, all kudos to attack. I want you to talk a little bit about the attack, but the main thing is I would really want to talk about the defense, because we still do have some problems to address there. But yeah, let's talk about that attack. Let's talk about how good we were going forward today first.
The left flank is terrorizing right now. You look at the positions Xhaka, Zinchenko, and Martinelli are taking up, and tell me this is not prime Arsenal. Martinelli felt that there were no defenders in front of him because he was running riot around Wesley Fofana, right, in that game. Also, big shout out to Xhaka, because the way he's playing right now and the positions he's taking up, he's making life difficult for everyone except for the Arsenal fans and for the Arsenal team. That's all you want, right? That's all you really want.
Again, nothing to really complain about going forward. Zinchenko has really bedded into the team so well. Saka actually had one of his quieter games and it didn't even matter. Last season, if Saka had a quiet game, you could pretty much guarantee that Arsenal were going to have a quiet game. So it's again good to see that we are able to develop this attack from the other flank as well and just put so much pressure on the opposition. I mean, Leicester just kind of had no response to our attack. It should have been 6-7 nil, maybe not nil, because we'll talk
Maybe.
about that defense now. 2 goals, sloppy goals, right? I mean, I feel bad for Saliba for conceding that own goal. And then, I mean, you don't get beaten at your near post, at that too from such a
You got
narrow angle.
nutmegged.
Again, problems there. Again, put ourselves on the back foot in that opener against Crystal Palace with some nervy defending towards the end. Again, some fumbles in the first half as well, which we didn't get punished for. The defend, we are all happy with the players we have. What do we need to improve to actually, make sure that we actually end up keeping those clean sheets? Though.
I think we have to hold the line a little bit better. Saliba, the way he defended that, I mean, he did his best. He put his head out, like he stretched out far and wide. I mean, at the most, what he could have done was probably throw in his hands, but that would have been a card, a red, a penalty, everything. The world falling over because it's an Arsenal player doing it. So I was just happy he did what he had to do. It ended up in the back of the net, unfortunately. That's not his fault. And I really appreciate the crowd for supporting him. The moment that went in, the crowd really did get him back up. Like, had this been Arsenal 3 years ago, had this been at the Emirates, the crowd would have slaughtered him. This was different, this was needed. And Saliba really did switch gears again after that. I have no complaints. My bigger issue is the way that teams are still trying to find the long route against us, and they are still successful with that, which I think should be down to like bad positioning. Otherwise, there's no way that teams are going to get long and away with us, because now we have taller centre backs, taller, more physical, more demanding centre backs, not someone who was error prone as Mustafi, definitely. So bigger challenges to address positioning, and for Ramsdale to maybe have an introspection of not getting ahead of himself too much. But I don't really want to blame him, because I think that's his personality. It comes with him. And I'll take that any day. I would much rather take on a fully pumped Ramsdale than one who's like sobered down a bit.
Yeah, those are my two main takeaways. One, Ramsdale probably just needs to improve on his decision making a little. Some days, some positions, just
Right.
put your foot through the ball. And I think the other part of it is just getting used to having, because we're basically in like that 3-man defense pretty much. In fact, most times
Correct.
it's almost like a 2-man defense with Partey slightly ahead, with Benjamin White really pushing down over that right flank. So I think it's just getting used to sort of that new partnership, and I hope as the season goes on they are able to just improve on that. A lot of this is just defensive partnerships will take a little bit longer to get there, so I'm hoping that's where we end with that, and start looking at getting some clean sheets from the next fixtures on. But yeah, as of now, game week 2, Arsenal second in the table. Let's see how well this goes, and let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, like, share, subscribe. We will see you guys next time. Bye.
Arsenal Direct, ship my kit.